On this week's Tuesday Talk, we are answering another question from a viewer. This time, how do we stay grounded during difficult or challenging times on the road? Because sometimes shit happens.
Beer. Beer, and sometimes tea. No, seriously though, happy hour every night allows us to unwind a little bit.
Yes, it does.
Whether we happen to have a happy-go-lucky day where nothing goes wrong, or a really frustrating day where everything went wrong.
It gives them to look forward to.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I think part of the way that I stay grounded or focused, even if something goes wrong, is that I am a planner, and so I have backup plans. So if something goes wrong, I have, we can't find a camp spot or whatever.
That's happened.
Which has happened. I have backup plans. I know what to do, and that gives me a sense of okay, not the end of the world. Keep rolling with it, and everything will work out. Worst comes to worst, we end up pulling over in a truck stop and sleeping there. Not the end of the world. We have our home with us. And so I think having those backup plans really helps me stay grounded. I also have this one who is very calm.
She is me.
Most of the time. He doesn't let a lot of stuff rile him and upset him. And so that keeps me grounded as well. It's good to have someone in the relationship who is more flexible and a little bit more easygoing.
Yeah.
I think it would be how I term that, right?
I happen to believe that everything will work out in the end anyway. The method or the avenue or the road, whatever, that you take to get from point A to point B might be more difficult than it needs to be, or different than what most people would choose, whatever. But my philosophy is we will always work it out, regardless of what happens. It may not be the easiest thing in the world, but I mean, you could do anything for a night or two, and we've had to do that a couple times, and it's no big deal. You move on, and the next day will probably be a little bit easier than the one you just had.
Hopefully.
And
the big thing to remember is, unless the only time that I would think I would get super stressed out if our safety was involved. But as long as we're safe and our dogs are safe, we can really do just about anything, and get through just about anything. And we'll learn from it, guaranteed. You'll learn from it because you'll watch us go through it.
You'll learn what not to do.
Yeah. And it'll be a story to tell one day. Some of the best stories come from really bad days. And so that, I think keeping that in mind helps. As long as we're safe and healthy, then nothing else really matters that much. We'll work it out.
It's the finger and toe rule for me. As long as I have 10 fingers and 10 toes at the end of every day, things are going pretty good. If I don't have 10 fingers or 10 toes at the end of the day, something really bad happened. And maybe a single beer isn't going to fix that. But life and limb, those are the important things. Yeah. As long as you have that, things could be worse.
You miss a reservation, you lose some money. You have something happen on the road, you can't go to where you were supposed to be, you're stuck somewhere forever for a while. It's an adventure. That's what full-time RVing is like.
Yeah.
And so it's just roll with it and look at the good as much as you can, and that's all I could really say.
Happy hours work, going on walks work, going on bike ride, maybe if that's your thing. Just get out in nature. And where we are typically during the year, there's a lot of nature out there.
Well, even
and
when
a lot of things to take in that are kind of cool to see. So that also, at least for me, helps.
Yeah. Though if you get stuck somewhere,
process.
Like when we got stuck in Wendover, which wasn't exactly the prettiest nature, and we couldn't drive there anywhere.
I still took walks almost every day.
Steve would take walks in the city. And it's not pretty, but we would walk around. We walked down and saw some of the casinos, and it's just, why not? Get out, get some exercise, and try to look on the bright side. And use it as a time to do something else. So we used that time to organize and plan a little bit more, and it gave us a break from when we were on the road. So.
It did, and we had a full hookup site with good internet, so it wasn't all bad.
No. So that's it for this week's Tuesday Talk. If you have a question for a future Tuesday Talk, please leave it in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't already.
Mm-hmm.
And we will see you next time.
That's right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.